Bellino. Dublin is here. So, second half starting now. 2-2 so far. We could do much better. Let's see what is happening. Dublin greets New York, and see you soon, buddy. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Staten Soccer Report, coming to you live from Studio A.
Wow, I got to tell you, George, what an introduction that was. Thank you, girls. Good job. All right, like the girls said, welcome to another edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report, show number 85.
Wow.
Special guest tonight, George, Silver Lake Dolphins,
U10.
U10 girls. Welcome, George.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
So, as I guess everybody knows, the season is in full swing, the
Yep.
fall season.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's a lot to talk about between youth side and the professional side. So we'll start off on, I guess we could start off on the youth side,
Sure.
right?
Well, John, it's my understanding you had your first game this weekend, yesterday?
Yeah, yep.
Can you tell me about how it
You know
went?
what, let's switch the roles right now. Yeah, you could ask me the questions because obviously I'm a coach now
Of
again.
course,
So-
yes. You got to talk about it.
So, yep.
We've been building up to this moment for a while now.
We'll switch. And I really never even like talking. It wasn't about me, but I guess I have to speak about the team now.
Well, it's about your team.
Yep. We played our first game yesterday in Hazlitt. Again, this is a month, about 2 months now in the making. All right, getting this team together for, group of girls never played together before. We played our first game yesterday. Couldn't be happier. All right, the result, we lost the game, but I don't think you really had too many coaches say that they couldn't be happier. I mean, the effort was there. I guess that's the reason why I say it. The effort was there. We made a mistake, and it cost us, right? We spoke about that briefly after the game. And then I think, all right, let's start from the beginning. The game was scoreless at the half. Now, the girls fought, and our keeper kept us in the game, okay? Mind you, again, most of these girls have never played travel, right? There's a couple that have. And scoreless at the half, excellent job. It was hot. We had hydration breaks.
Yeah, yesterday was a very humid day.
Yeah, it was humid. It was hot. A couple of girls were, out of breath and stuff like that. A couple of, injuries and stuff. Girls got banged around. So again, scoreless at the half, and I'm really thrilled inside. I really am. But I'm just trying to keep it cool. And I think, I think I'll take the blame for coming out of the break. I think we were flat. For whatever. Sometimes that happens, I think, in sports. You have this break, and then you don't come out the same way
Right.
you ended it. So,
Well, I think this is my opinion, you were there, you could tell me. Do you think it could be, because obviously it's a first game together, for some of those girls it's a first travel game
Yep.
together,
Yep.
Nerves
Yeah.
are there, you have your adrenaline,
Oh.
get you through the first half, and then
without a
the
doubt,
break lets you down a little bit.
yeah, I don't think anyone's going to admit it. They probably had I had nerves.
I have nerves every week.
Yeah,
I've been
I
coaching
was
for a year
nervous.
now, I have nerves every
I don't
week.
think I slept Saturday night coming into this. I was, but yeah, I'm sure nerves had a part of it. But
Nerves, you have to have nerves. If you don't have nerves, then you don't care.
Yeah. So, but I think I'll take the blame for that because, again, starting the second half, within the first 7 minutes of the half, they scored the 2 goals on us, right? And then I think we were shocked. I think the girls. Again, I can't speak for them, but we're going to have them on the show. They have an inside track of getting in here, so they know somebody.
They know somebody on the inside, all right.
But we're going to wait to the end of the season for that. So, but what I think happened was they got shocked by getting scored on. They played a fantastic first half, keepers making saves and whatnot. So I thought they got shocked a little bit, and then they scored another quick one on us. So it's 2-0.
It happens like that sometimes.
Yep.
When you
Yep.
don't recover fast enough, and they
So
they get on to it.
7 out of the 80 minutes that we played, basically the 2 goals, and then they settled down after those 2 goals, and we had chances. And this is why I say the loss didn't feel like a loss. It really didn't feel like a loss. We have a player here that opened up the show, missed a wide open net. All right, a couple of other players, shots blocked. A lot of shots were blocked by our players, right? So they blocked a lot of shots. And again,
But you could attribute that to just chemistry. They haven't played with each other for many years.
Right.
They come from different
Yep.
teams where different things were expected of them, and perhaps that's that muscle memory that needs to be relearned with a new team, with a new set of players.
Yeah.
And I mean, we joke on our team a lot where no matter how wide the goal you're going to make or how narrow, they're always going to either hit the post or just wide.
I got to tell you,
It's gonna happen. It's part of the game.
it might sound crazy to you, but if we played every game like that and the result and the same thing happened, I mean, I can't be upset.
You can't be
at that.
disappointed. No.
I really can't be upset.
And you won't, but if you play the same way every game, first of all, you won't play the same because you will learn
Right.
you will use this game as a stepping stone. You will learn from
You don't
it.
want to make the mistakes all the time.
No, you
That's
don't want to
the
make the
thing.
same
We're gonna-
mistakes.
right.
You will always make mistakes, but you
The
don't want to make the
ones,
same mistakes, right?
And again, there was a mistake made. We spoke about it, and hopefully we're going to learn from that.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I mean, my girls are younger, obviously, than your girls, but last year, I said it from the beginning. So when we first started our first game, we played a very weak team, so that's not really, we can't really judge what we learned. The next two games, we lost 4-2 and 2-0, 2-0 or 2-1. When we lost the 4-2 game, well, actually in both games, I thought we were the better team
Right,
for the
see?
same way.
So, yeah, you had
But
the same-
because there was a few mistakes, and it was all because inexperience, nerves,
Right.
first time playing together.
Right.
By the end of the season, we were in sync, and other coaches would come up to us and say, "Wow, your team is so well coached."
Right.
And we were only playing maybe 10 games together.
So you can understand
I could
what I
understand-
went
absolutely.
through yesterday.
That's a completely
and-
natural
right,
thing to do.
right. So
And I could also tell you, I have 5 new girls on my team.
Right.
2 of them are first to travel. And you could just see the nerves. You could see the hands covering themselves. And then in the first half, and then in the second half, once they saw, okay, there's no danger. Nothing's gonna happen to me if I make a mistake. They opened up and they played loose.
I'll tell you this. If there's a game ball, and I don't know if she's watching or not, I'm sure some of the team, the girls are watching the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a game ball that they give out, it's got to go. It's got to go to a couple plays. I can't even give it to one. The keeper's getting one, that's for sure. Because it easily could have been 6.
Well, nothing's stopping you from instituting like a game patch or a
Yep,
game ball,
yep.
something that that the girls get, like stars, and then they have it on their bags.
And I got to tell you, we just acquired this keeper maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I think within the first few minutes that I saw her at one of our practices, I said,
You just know.
That's it.
You just knew. Yeah, you just know.
And it just happened like that. And I'm only working with her for a couple of weeks, training-wise, so.
Did she have prior travel experience or?
No. I know she plays on the rec team, but again, no. Most of the girls don't. And if they played, I know they played last season on a different team, which is okay. But
Right.
again, 15, 16 girls, first time getting together, they battled. And that's all you could.
That's all you could ask.
That's all you
That's
could
all you
ask.
could
They
ask.
really battled, and they left it out there. They really did. A couple girls surprised me with their effort yesterday and that heat. So again, we're just looking for now we're just going to build, and we're going to try and just build.
Every
off
week
this.
is a build. Every week is a build. We had our first game last week, and it was actually unfortunately it was a forfeit due to paperwork from the other team. So we got the win no matter what. But since we were already on the way, we played it as a friendly. And we won it, and we won it handily. But we learned a lot from that game of what we forgot from last year. Just basic free kicks and throw-ins, and we learned that, and then we applied it in the game on Sunday, and we played a much smoother game because of that.
All right. So I guess to wrap up the Staten Island Soccer Club strikers, a couple girls. I think. Someone asked me a question yesterday about if I was going to yell at them if they made a mistake.
Oh my, yes.
And I said absolutely not. Yell? I'm not going to yell at you if you make a mistake. Really?
You could elevate your voice because you want to get somebody's attention because they're on the other side of the field, so they could hear you.
I'm yelling instructions out to them during the game.
Right.
That's about all the yelling I'm going to do.
But that's not yelling in anger. That's instructions to help them out.
No, you can never yell at a player. Again, that's just my opinion about it, and I'll stick. That's it. All the coaches could do, whatever they think works for them. But again, I feel like if you do yell, the play shuts down.
Well,
You know.
well, what happens is if the player becomes tight and they are
And you're
afraid to make
embarrassing
that-
them.
Well, number one, you're embarrassing them in front of their friends and teammates, in front of their family.
Right.
Number two, you're also now they're playing. They want to make the perfect play, and when
Yep.
they try to make the perfect plays, when they make all mistakes,
right.
mistakes have to be allowed.
Yep.
They have to be allowed. How else are they going to learn?
Yeah. So the answer obviously was no.
Right.
And I says we're going to learn from them. I'm going to point it out to you.
Right.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
Definitely point.
Absolutely.
And it's okay.
Absolutely.
And we may have our first call of the night. Most likely the usual Vincenzo. If he gets on, we'll speak to Vincenzo for a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, just to wrap up, I mean, we got games every Sunday. We play in Jersey.
How many
all right?
games do you play? 8 or 10?
10.
10.
Yeah, we don't finish it. I think December 3rd is our last game, so
Okay,
it might be a
wow.
little on the chilly side.
Right.
All right, so we'll continue until they get the phone line straightened out.
And now remind everybody, what league do you play in? as
We're in the
well,
most
and what level?
national Division One. Caller, you're on the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Hey, Johnny.
There he is.
Welcome back to
There he is,
the
the
report.
the famous Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Oh, you, Vincenzo, you got to watch the microwave there, Vincenzo. All right.
Listen,
So,
I'm talking top of the roof.
so what's going on, Vincenzo?
Well, Johnny, as you know, not only is Staten Island soccer league, they start their season, even in Brooklyn.
Yes, excellent. So the Fiao started their season this past week?
No, we begin the registration, and we begin grouping the kids.
Okay, so they didn't start game. No games yet. You start your registration.
No, but I do know they first time in a long time
Right.
they do have traveling teams.
Okay.
So, and one of the I think a 7 or 8 years old kid,
Wow.
they went to play in Staten Island
Oh, they did.
Wow.
yesterday.
Do you have any information where they go, who they play?
Well, I guess I just found out like through the airwaves there.
Okay, to the airwaves. Yeah, the grapevine.
Yeah, but I do know that they do have, I guess, first time in a long time. So it looks like, if parents are interested, the kids they want to play, that's a good thing to do.
Right. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the Fiao, right? We're talking about the Fiao with a
Yeah, Fiao.
Nice. Okay, good. So they've never been a travel program at all.
No, it was
first time.
strictly intramurals.
First time travel, good. And they came out to Staten Island to play. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. That's great, Vincenzo.
Well, Johnny, like I said, if helps the kids to do better in school, I'm all for it.
Right, exactly. Schools, yep, schools first, absolutely.
Sometimes, they think they're going to become the next Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, we just, listen, Vincenzo, my idea here with this team, with the team that I just started here, is we're going to have some fun, okay?
Fun.
We're going to
Good.
have fun first. We already had a team dinner. We had a little dinner before the season started,
Oh, very nice.
So we took him out to pizza the other day. Whatever, not everyone was able to make it, but the majority were there. And I says, you know what, let the girls bond a little bit. Let
Absolutely.
them
Johnny,
bond.
you have to emphasize that winning or losing right now means nothing. Fun.
Right,
And
exactly.
you learn.
Yeah,
And
listen.
even though you lose a game or two, but you're learning a lesson, you didn't lose. You're a winner.
Exactly. There you go. Absolutely. I can't wait to get back to practice. I mean, we're scheduled for tomorrow, but it doesn't look like we're going to get it in because of this rain. It's coming down. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a feeling of being reborn again, like with the soccer thing. So it's great. It's a
You
good
got that
feeling.
energy inside the pit of your
Vincenzo, I
stomach.
couldn't sleep Saturday night because I had a game on Sunday, So,
Yeah.
And then probably after the game, you felt like you weren't satisfied. It wasn't enough.
no, actually, because
Oh,
of
you were
how
drained.
because of how well they played and the conditions and all that kind of stuff, I think I was satisfied.
All right, that's
I
good.
really was after the game. I was happy that of the way that we played and all that. Parents were happy, and thank the parents for bringing them out there. And, again, without them, we don't have a team, right?
Without a doubt.
So,
Johnny, yesterday I got a call from Vinny Camastro. He says to me, he says, you know, Vinny, you are the coach of my son. You're the first when he was 6. Now he's going to a Cathedral University in Washington on soccer scholarship.
Wow.
Wow.
And you're the foundation.
I tell you,
You
that
laid
made
the-
me proud.
Right, you laid the foundation there. That's what you do.
Soccer scholarship,
Right.
you know, in university. That's
Right.
what I want to hear, John.
Let me ask you something, Vincenzo, about yelling at players when they make a mistake. What's your take on that?
No, you never yell at players during the game because it look like you know, that's not polite, because player goes, oh, I did something wrong, and you tell me in front of everybody, it might they might resent that.
Yeah.
If you want to pull them aside, just okay, come out, substitution. John, in your league, you could go in and out, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Then player.
Yes. You could
Yeah.
unlimited substitutions.
No, it's unlimited. Yeah, Vincenzo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said number 14 come out. You take her or him on the side. You say, listen, you know, you're supposed to do this way. Because if you're screaming and yelling, don't. For me, Johnny, I never did that, and I know some coaches they do it, but it's a better approach to that problem.
Right. So overall, it's a negative. It's no good. Don't do
I
it.
think it's negative.
Absolutely.
All right, Vincenzo. So Vincenzo, let's talk about what's going on in Serie A.
Well, John, I told you once before, my dollar, because I don't have no money, my dollar, it's an Inter.
Inter, yep.
I love Inter this year because you have to let your play, John, when Inter plays, watch for this play. Bon Cavallero.
Okay. Is he a young kid?
No, he's a seasoned veteran.
Okay.
He's about 30, maybe, no more than that.
All right.
But you see him the way he controls the ball. He never, rare, he missed a pass to his teammates.
Okay.
And he touches the ball 100 times, maybe he makes one error.
Nice.
That's the way you want to teach the kid. You know, a pass, make sure you write the name of the person who's going to that pass.
All right. I got to catch one of their games, you know.
Inter.
Yeah, Inter.
But you went this always, there, you know. Napoli, Napoli is good too.
Yep, sure.
So everything goes this year, John. This year was 1 or 2 teams. This year, you're going to have 4 or 5 teams. That's the beauty of the season.
Yes, good. All right, so that's good. That's a good competition for Serie A in Italy. And Serie B, Vincenzo,
Go ahead, John. You fill me up on Serie B here.
of course, we're going to talk about body. You know, that's the main focus. You know, when we do the show, and the beginning of the show, we show the fans in the stadium of San Nicola in body. And, you know, the passion there is unbelievable for the team. But the team itself, Vincenzo, you know, new coach, new players, but the same old story with Body. They won their first game, and they lost the last 3. This past weekend, one of their defenders scored an own goal. I mean, again, it was a mistake. He put it in the back of his net. He tried to head the ball out, and it ended up going into his net. So, again, new coach, Grosso. You know, everybody knows Fabio Grosso, right, from the national team, and the goal that he scored against Germany. Obviously, that magic is not rubbing off on Body. But they still got a long way to go. Let's hope that they could turn things around. But right now, it's the same old story with Body, and they're on the bottom of the table right now. So.
Wow, then they started on top and are already on the bottom.
Yep. Well, they won the first game. Everybody thought, feeling good, and now they lost 3 games in a row. So we'll see what happens with them. Again, I'm not happy with them. And we had, before the show started, we had a video. One of the guys in Body made us a video and gave us an update on the team. And his words were, they could be better. That their defense is no good.
Well, John, remember, Roma wasn't built in one day. So
No, of course.
You'll have to build up, and as you go along, you make necessary adjustments.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Vincenzo, the mentality, of course, in New York is you got to win, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
We want that from all our teams. So that's where, you know, that's what it is with me. We want to see a winner. And I think it's the same feeling over there now. I mean, the fans there are dying for a winning season, you know? And I said it in the beginning, you know, they have to win their home games and try to get some points on the road. Even if, you know, you tie and, you know, you win here, you know, here and there, but they're not winning at home. It's just not, it's not a good mix.
Well, John, usually Serie B, you rely on the young players.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, and sometimes you have to, I don't know if you, I was watching the afternoon game yesterday, Genoa against Lazio.
Yeah.
Genoa 2, Lazio 3. Guess what, then? This is, again, it's good news. A player from Genoa, 16 years old.
Right. There you go.
He scored 2 goals.
Nice. Genoa. Yep. They're number 16 in Serie A, Genoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well,
their,
like I said, you know, a young kid, 16 years old. John,
and that was their
16.
first. Yeah, that was their first win this past weekend.
And he scored 2 goals.
Right.
Imagine 16 years old. He's a teenager.
That's amazing, and that's good.
Yeah.
Great for him. Yep. New York City had a 17-year-old homegrown player come into the game this past weekend, and you know who he replaced?
Who?
Pirlo.
Pirlo.
Andrea
Yeah.
Pirlo. Right. I got his name on one of these lists here, but yeah, 17 years old. So listen, it's always good to see these young guys come in. Yeah.
So, you know, give a chance to the young people.
Yeah.
And then if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, John. It's not,
Right.
You know, he can work a miracle overnight. You know?
No. All right, we'll see what happens. Vincenzo, anything else you want to add? We got
Well,
the
you
phone
guys
lines
keep
are
up.
hot tonight.
What happened, John?
The phone lines are hot tonight. We got to.
Hey, okay, John. Then again, you guys keep up the good work, and let's go soccer.
That's it, Vincenzo. Thank you. We'll see you
Ciao,
soon.
ciao.
We'll talk
Take
soon.
it easy,
Bye bye.
Vincenzo.
Ciao. Ciao.
That's
Ciao.
the famous Vincenzo. And he is famous. He's in the Hall of Fame at St. Francis College.
Wow.
So, you know, he doesn't want to take the credit, but I give it to him. He gets it all. We need another 50 Vincenzos out there teaching
He's just,
soccer.
it's just passionate about the game.
I tell you, if he was in Brooklyn, he would definitely be with me on the sidelines,
Absolutely.
right, without a doubt. But it's just, you know, he's out there and
Well, that's what you're right in what you said, because you were by yourself on the sidelines that you were saying.
yeah.
You need help there.
Yesterday he was
you need
kind
help.
of you know, dealing with some you know, injuries and some players that, you know.
But even as a second set of eyes, like, because somebody has to make sure watch the clock,
Yeah.
somebody watches the bench, make sure you have
We're working on that.
rotations.
You know, we got Steve. Steve is the team manager, so it looks like he might come on board
Good.
and help out. So, Steve, thanks for your help, and you know, we'll get this thing
Yeah,
going.
absolutely.
We'll
I
get
mean,
it going.
you will.
It's-
You
it's-
will.
It's just the beginning stages, and looking forward to practice this week. If we don't get it in tomorrow, we'll do Thursday and Friday, and then you know,
And game on Sunday.
game on Sunday. That's it.
Okay.
You know.
Very good.
It's kind of tough to, you know, with the rain. I
Yeah.
think it's going to go into Wednesday, they were saying. maybe
Wednesday
early-
morning, maybe.
Early part of
Yeah.
it, which is good.
Right.
But, yeah, I think we'll just stick with
Yeah,
that.
my practice is probably going to get washed out tomorrow as well, Tuesday and Thursday, yeah.
All right, so that puts a wrap on at least the strikers, you know. I think, again, excellent first game, and just, we got to put the same effort again in week 2. And hopefully we'll get some kind of result.
Couple of good
Again,
practices,
I just want to
the
finish
results
with,
will be there.
yeah, I just want to finish with saying, you know, and I said this to someone else yesterday, we're not expected to do anything this season, right?
Right.
Right? We're not expected
Well,
by
no,
the
you're expected to
so-called-
you're expected to develop.
Right, but the so-called experts out there,
Mm-hmm.
right, don't see us doing anything. We're winning in the games. I mean, I'm sure these Jersey teams look at the Staten Island team will beat them. Every point that we take from any team, right,
Right.
is a victory.
Right.
Whatever it is, one tie, 3 points, whatever it is. So that's
Right.
how we're looking at it. We're trying to take points away from other teams. We had a point halfway through yesterday's game. We gave it up, but we'll see what happens next week.
Nah, you'll be fine.
All right.
You'll be fine.
Let's jump on to your team,
Okay.
and then give us a quick update, where you stand, how many
Okay.
games.
So we had our second game yesterday. We played in North Caldwell against West Essex.
Okay.
It was just, again, second game of the season. It was in the morning, but it was still very humid.
Yep.
Fortunately,
It was.
we have a large bench of 5 girls, so we were able to rotate everybody.
yeah.
We started with about 5, 6, 7 minutes in,
Yeah.
and the rotations just didn't stop from there.
Good.
That's what I was kind of saying before. It's important to have 2 people on the sidelines because that's kind of my job. I do the clock, and I nudge the coaches to say, hey, we got to start getting these kids in because you get into the flow of the game.
Right.
If you're by yourself,
Yeah.
you tend to
Yeah.
forget that there's people behind you,
Yep.
and then it gets ahead of you. It gets out of control pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
no, I kept looking back, and I had my clock, I had the time
Right.
going, and I kept looking back, and was it like every 10, since it's 40-minute halves, you could do a lot more. with
Yeah,
that, you know,
yeah.
So you give like
Yeah,
10-minute breaks and stuff.
Yeah. We play 30, and we have a big bench. When you pull a kid out after 6, 7 minutes, she's coming off the field saying, "I don't want to come off."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, but you got 5 other teammates that need to see need playing time."
Yeah.
It was good to have. Yesterday on the sideline, it was myself, and I don't know if I mentioned before. I think I mentioned before. We brought on another professional coach.
Right.
Well,
Right.
someone who has been a professional coach. His daughter plays on the team as well. That in addition to Ernest, Keith.
Right.
By the way, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Keith.
Happy birthday to Keith.
I'm sure he's celebrating, not watching this, but happy birthday. And he obviously has an eye for the game, a lot more than I ever will.
Right.
So.
you're getting
It's a good compliment though.
Right.
If I'm worrying about the certain admin stuff, making sure the kids get in. He picked up on their style real quick yesterday.
Right.
Where in the first half it seemed like they were playing through one girl, big fast girl.
Right.
They're playing through her. She would kick it and chase it, which is we all know is the worst way to play.
yeah.
But it was vaguely effective, slightly effective. But we have very fast defenders, so we're able to track her down. We ended the half 1-0 in our favor.
Right.
Started the half. At the half, he made the adjustment. Got all the girls together, especially the defense, and said, made the adjustments, how to play for that type of attack.
Right.
She didn't come close again. They did score 1 goal, but it wasn't because of that dump and chase. It was a breakdown, and we fixed it fine. After that, she didn't come close to that
See the
again.
way you said that, dump and chase?
Yeah.
That doesn't even sound like it's soccer.
No, that's hockey.
It's more like a hockey, right?
That's a hockey
Speaking
stadium.
of hockey, the Rangers and Islanders are playing
Yes,
tonight.
yes.
All right, we might have another caller on the line.
Who could it be?
All right, caller, you're on the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
You're on.
Yes, hi. Who is this?
Now, this is the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Hi, how are you guys? I'm a big fan of the show.
Thank you.
I've got a question.
You got
What kind of drills, I work with some of the kids. What kind of drills can you give them for balance? Do you know anything for something like that? Could you guys tell me that? And then I wanted to ask you if it's possible that I can balance my ball.
Yeah. All right. Well, balancing, you're going to have to go to a trainer or stuff
Yeah.
like that. But anyhow, about your team,
Yeah.
let's stick that. Let's get back to
Yeah.
your Dolphins there.
Right. So like I said, we made the adjustment. They scored a goal, which I thought we weren't as sharp at that moment.
Right.
For various reasons. There were reasons, to my opinion, but I'm not going to espouse right now
okay.
because it didn't matter.
The dump and chase.
Yeah, the dump and chase.
What is that? I mean,
It's hockey,
Yeah.
and it's really playing through one player, which was very easy to defend. A couple of adjustments, the girls picked it up real quick, and that was it. The other team had no shot after
all
that.
right, good. So that's a good adjustment.
They had no
right?
shot after that. Yeah, and that's why you need 2 people. You get somebody who's watching the game could make that adjustment, and somebody else doing some other things in the background to make it all come together.
Part of the halftime, speech that we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about was just, trying to catch them off sides,
Right.
We got caught off sides a couple of times. So I'm saying, now that they're in my end where I could actually, communicate to the defense.
Right.
So that was part of what we were trying to do in the second half, just trying to catch them off sides
Right.
a lot. Didn't really work as,
Well,
but-
sometimes it's difficult. What I learned from Ernest and Keith is that sometimes giving new instructions during the game,
Yep.
whether sometimes it gets confusing
Yep.
because they're into the flow of the game.
Right.
It's if you want to work on offside trap, work that during the
Yep.
week,
Yep.
and then it'll just be muscle
Oh,
memory in the game.
we did some of it. We spoke about it during the week, but
Yeah.
that's what one of the things I love to do is try to, but you got to have players that can get back if the refs if they're onside and
Right.
make that through a ball goal.
Well, you have to have
Right.
fast defenders, especially
Right,
those
so-
middle defenders.
So that's one of my styles. I mean, definitely like to play that offside
Yeah,
trap.
yeah.
I really love it, actually. You know, I love that. And that keeper was aggressive.
Right.
She kept coming out way past the 18.
Wow.
Big time.
Wow.
Out of the 18 to clear balls out.
Wow.
All right, so.
Well, I mean, if from my team, I've got to say is we faced a very good goalie. The team may have been was not it wasn't the weakest team we've ever played, but it wasn't the greatest. Their goalie kept them in the game. We probably could have. I mean, there is a cap, but we probably would have hit that
Yeah.
cap really fast if not for their
Yeah.
goalie.
We got the cap also. It's 6.
6, yeah. I think we have 6 or 7 as well.
yeah, we're up
But
to
what
6.
happened was, their goalie was very good, and she was more very good as far as, like, she was always in the right spot.
Right.
Or our girls, and this is something we're going to be working on, how not to aim at the goalie when you're shooting for
Yeah,
goal.
right.
There are corners that you could use, and we've
Absolutely.
probably about 5 or 6 times at
absolutely.
least that we hit it right at the goalie.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, our goalie kept us in the game as well early on.
Good.
Because she made one amazing save
And
at
that's
point
the
blank range.
You talk about the feeling, and like you
Yeah.
just mentioned, your keeper kept you in, our keeper kept us in.
Yeah.
And that's where you get that good feeling that, you know, we're in now we're one shot away.
Right. Well,
you know?
that's exactly what happened to us. Our keeper in the first half, it was still 0-0.
Right.
She made an amazing point blank range save.
Right,
And
okay.
if she doesn't make, if
We
she
might
doesn't,
have another caller.
Yeah.
We got another caller on the line. Okay. You're on the Staten Island Soccer Report. Boy, the phone lines are red hot.
What's up, Vince?
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on?
that sounds like a familiar voice. And we lost
What's
him.
going on,
Hey.
guys? It's good show so far.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks,
so what's
Brian.
going on, Brian? You belong on this side of the, you know.
Table.
Yeah, well, today started the third week of 3 nights. 3 nights worth. We went 3 nights.
All right. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. Hey, you know, it's understandable. 3 nights
Today-
of practice.
Today's just a recovery day.
Okay.
All right.
So we get together, we play a little bit,
Okay.
do a little calisthenics,
All right.
All right.
and they get together and have a little fun.
All right. So, Brian, give us an update. You're involved with 2 teams. So,
I can only speak about one because I'm not around on the other team.
true.
I'm not involved with that. George could probably speak more with than I can.
Unfortunately, I missed this weekend. My daughter
Right.
broke her thumb,
Right.
broke her toe, I'm sorry, unfortunately. So we didn't make the games this weekend.
Okay. I can tell you this. I know. From what I heard, it was on one side. The website's posting 0-0.
Yeah, I think
Regardless.
it was 1-1, yes.
Regardless, it's a draw. And
Right.
what I heard, the Fire, who we're talking about,
Right.
played really well. Very hard fought game.
I heard the same.
And, that's all you can ask. You were talking about it before. All you can ask
Yeah.
is that these kids trying better.
Yeah, the effort. That's all you can ask
Right.
for, and then the result is the result.
Right.
Right. They execute. They do what they need to do. But it's all a matter of, it's one thing to be upset with them if they went out there and they just jogged and watched and did nothing.
Right.
But
So
they're going.
we're gonna ask you,
hard.
Brian. The same question goes for you. I mean, upset is one thing, but yelling at a player. What's your feel about that? Like yelling at a player,
When
say
they make a mistake on the field.
a mistake happens during the course of a game, you're on the sideline, and then yelling at that player, pretty much embarrassing that player for the mistake that they made.
It depends. Listen, it's all in how you deliver the message. You shouldn't. I've learned a lot doing this. I was, you start out and you'll as you go, and I was always the one,
Right.
very vocal sidelines. I'm doing my best not to be as vocal. I had yesterday. We worked on something all week in training, and my lead took goal kick, and the very thing we worked, one of my outside defenders jumped and did a high kick.
Right.
to track the, and it wound up directing the ball back towards the goal. So did I yell it out and cross? We worked on it all week. We got to be careful about that. Yes, I did, but it wasn't. Now because you did that, we had a go. They scored a goal, or no.
Yeah.
There's no place for that.
Well, I'm talking
What,
more.
point it out?
I'm talking, Brian, more like, hey, you made that mistake. You know what? If you do that again, you're never going to step foot on the soccer field again.
Right.
Stuff like that.
No.
Because I've heard,
can't do that.
right, I've heard that plenty of times. Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you. It was to my own daughter.
Okay.
And I said it to my daughter that was very lackadaisical on the sideline. That if you don't want to play, tell me right now, and I'll take you I'll take you off the field.
Well, we could do that to our own kids, I think. I think we.
No.
There's a pass
But
on
he-
that.
But I think, I don't agree with that. I mean, and I do some of that myself. I am guilty of that myself, so I'm not speaking as a preacher. But I think it's actually even, sometimes could be even worse.
Yeah, you don't want to do it too
Because you're
much.
still embarrassing them. They're still
right.
kids.
Yeah, you don't want to do
They
it.
still have teammates that they have to go back to in a huddle where,
Well, no, what Brian just said to his daughter, that's not a bad thing.
No, but that's a different thing.
He
I've said that.
actually asked if she wanted to play. and
Right,
stuff
if
like
you don't
that.
feel like you have the effort today, you could come up, but that's a different thing.
But
whether
telling
than-
a kid that you,
Yeah, not
know.
if you make that, not if you make that mistake again, or you do
Right.
that.
Yo, how can you do that?
You
Or
do
why
that
did you
again,
get-
you're coming off
Right.
the field. No.
I've heard that.
No,
As a referee, doing a game, I heard that.
I've
I
heard-
wanted to give him a card right on the spot for that.
I've heard people be.
Get
I've
him
heard,
out of there. I
I've
wanted
heard them
to get him
yelling.
out.
I've heard yelling. Oh, you're selfish. You're selfish. I mean, I've heard that. That's not very good.
So we spoke about that. That was a topic a little bit early on. Vincenzo also, disagreed. That's not a good thing. So
No, it's not. It's not. You could be animated. You could have a loud voice, like we were saying before. Try to yell instructions because they're in the heat of the moment. They're not hearing as well, but that's not putting them down. That's just yelling instruction.
all right, Brian. So let's focus on your freedom, and then we'll get into another topic.
Well, freedom, second game of our moved to EDP, so a whole new league for us.
Nice.
And our first game last week, the girls played phenomenal, really, really well, played hard, played against a team we've seen in the past in other leagues, other tournaments that we played hard against them, but they always had our number, always did a number to us. We always came out on the losing end of the side of the match. Fortunately, we came out on the losing side again, but however, this time, we pretty much controlled the game. We were winning 1-0 for a good portion of the game.
Right.
We lost 2-1, 2 goals were scored set pieces. It's been nothing you could do about it.
Right.
It wasn't due to lack of effort. But I know we had their number because this is the team we played. They are a high level.
Right.
They have it's this academy team, but they have academy teams. So it's a high level. I actually had the coach yelling on the sideline at his players instructions, not degrading them, but something he's never done.
Okay.
You're not doing this. You got to do this. We got to make sure we do that. Stomping his feet on the sideline like we under him because we were playing hard.
Right. Good. All right.
And that's all I could ask.
That's it.
That same weekend, last weekend, we won our first game for 2018 group stage.
Right.
So, and then yesterday we had second league game and outcome different. 4-2. We lost to a team from Mahwah, New Jersey, NJ Crush. A very well together team, well defensively coached team. We missed out a couple opportunities. As I had the discussion, I discussed with my girls as well, as like a little debriefing. They won because they wanted it more. They were winning the 50 balls, and we got to get better at that.
Right.
That's the reason we lost. We had some bad luck, but we lost, and it's building from it. It's learning experience. My coaches, I have 2 coaches that on the line with me now. I added an additional one, my trainer, Bob, and we deliver the same message. We're not about winning right now. Right now, we're about winning. We're going, and these kids are learning how to play.
Right.
It's the same, like I mentioned to John, it's a new experience for them. It's a new
Right.
experience for them.
Well,
That level
my
of play.
team, George, is it's not out of a different, my team is an experienced team. They've been playing for a number of years.
But not at the EDP level. That's
Well,
there's a
but
difference.
they've been playing travel.
Right.
So they know and a lot of these teams that move to EDP from our old league, handful.
I got you.
So it's not that, but it's not regardless.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking to get these kids ready for U13,
Right.
U14, high school.
Right.
That's when it becomes, this is it. Now,
Right. Now you got to go
you
for
got
it.
the basis, you got the foundation.
Right.
Now, and figure it out on your own.
Well, you're really only 1 year ahead of ours, and we pretty much have the same message. It's go out there, develop, learn from what you did the week before, no matter what, and make mistakes.
Exactly.
And that's
Right.
and it's okay to make mistakes. And I was mentioning to John before as well, when new girls who haven't seen us yet, who don't know
Yeah.
that when we're saying that, we actually mean that. You could see the nervousness, but then towards the end of the second game, they're starting to relax. And then and I didn't mention this before. We had girls that came over to us with a lot of travel experience on a high level, where they were. I remember them. They used to play very tight. They used to play nervous. Their parents would tell me that they were nervous. They weren't really having fun. The parents weren't having fun.
Oh,
The girls didn't seem to be having
yeah.
fun.
That kills it.
That kills it. And
Yeah.
then when now here they're smiling, they're laughing, they're engaged with the team.
right.
There's no tantrums, and it's because tantrums sometimes come from nerves. It's not because the kid is just selfish. It's because the kid is nervous, and that's the way they have.
15 different, in my case, 15, 16
Well, I got
different.
13. So yeah, but no, it's the same thing.
Yeah. And it is tough also to get everybody on the same page too. And it's not an easy.
Well, you're not going to have
not an easy-
100%. You're not going to have 100%. But you just have to have a consistent message, and whoever wants to be on that page will
So
they'll be
Brian,
there.
let's just wrap up with your freedom. A couple of games in.
Yeah, games in. Hey, listen, I'm 0-2 in the league.
Okay. What about the cup? Are you in the cup again?
He mentioned that he won
Yes,
that first
I
game.
am.
Oh wait, you mentioned that. So the group stage, right?
Yeah, we won our first stage match.
All right, just like last year, again, the goal is to get back to where you were last season, right? Which is the semis.
I can get back to the semis, yes.
Right. So that's where you got to get, and then you go from there,
But
right?
this is my last year at this level.
All right,
Move
but
up after this. Win or lose.
right.
I'm moving up the next level when we go. I'm not
Right,
getting
fine.
caught up in facing a championship.
Right, fine, but this year you'll play it out until the spring, right?
I'm hoping to make it to the spring.
Well, you'll make it to the spring. You're going to get to the semifinals, and you're going to go from there. All right, once you get to that.
See. That's the plan. That's the goal.
Right.
And then we go.
Right,
But I want to bring something up to you. Yesterday, first of all, at my game,
right.
it's EDP. We played 35 minutes.
Wow, 35.
Wow.
And I don't realize it till halftime. The whistle blows. I look at my clock. It's 30 minutes. That the ref didn't know, and then the other goes
Yeah.
30 minutes. So they fought me on the time, and I said no, it's 35.
Okay.
They fought me. So we played the game at 30. I'm not going to talk about it. That's not yesterday. And it isn't why I lost. We lost or won or didn't win.
Right.
But then on that, midway through the first half, their real goal, comes running from the parking lot.
Wow.
We had a little problem with the phone.
I
We
don't-
lost you, Brian.
No, Brian's still there, I believe.
No, but we had a little feedback here in the studio.
Yeah, no,
All right.
fine now.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys hear me?
Yep,
Yes.
we got you. So you got this keeper running in from the parking lot.
So we went into the parking lot, steps up. The coach, she's got her gloves on, everything. Coach puts her at the center line. Next chance, they sub her in.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be a fool. It's U11. I'm not going to yell to the ref
Right.
making a big deal that, did you check her in?
Right.
At halftime. So at halftime, I say to the ref, I said, ref, not only did you get the time wrong, but now their goalie comes in halfway through the game, and you just sub her right in. So I checked at the beginning. She gave me her pass and told me that she was coming.
Okay.
How could she give you the pass and not be there?
I said, but you didn't verify anything. How do you know she doesn't have jewelry on? How do you know that she doesn't have proper shoes on? How do you know that she doesn't have she has shin guards on? How do you know it's her?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you look at the pass, when the kid comes to you, you're looking at the picture.
You're not going to remember who that player.
No, of
player
course
is.
not.
Yeah.
No, she goes, I was a kid,
Well-
but I didn't. But it was a young, and
Yep.
I looked at it.
Brian,
You
it's
look
got
at her.
that goes into your report, right?
Yeah, I put that in my report. But
That's it. That's all. That's all you can really do.
But that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
do you let somebody on?
Absolutely. It's
That
ridiculous.
kid should not be allowed to come on until you, as the official, can check her in. They only used one rep, so
Right.
it's not like she had an AR that could
Right.
check her in.
Yeah. Listen,
You have to check her in. You got to do the official check-in. She gave me her pass and said she's coming late. I mean, really?
for whatever reason, it's a mistake. Listen, I'm not speaking for any, but on the flip side of that, at my game, Brian, you had a three-man system. All three of them were excellent throughout the game.
And that's good.
Throughout the
That's good.
game, meaning hydration breaks, injuries,
Wow.
gave us all the time we needed. Obviously, there was no added time, but on the flip side of what you're saying, I had three of them that were really, really good.
And I'll even concur more with John.
And
too.
I'll knock a ref if I have to. Okay, and I'm a ref.
The thing was,
It hap- Brian, it happens. This
the
is-
best she could,
Yeah.
but that's and
Yeah,
the
that-
goalie
that-
isn't
that's-
why.
that-
It
But
happens.
she
it's a
probably should've
process of the game.
And it happens. And listen, I was at a game where the opposing team yelled so loud for offsides. The ref called it offsides because they yelled. And I think we talked about that before. But we had a ref also where actually yesterday our ref was very good, excellent, on point.
Yeah.
Even my daughter knows. She goes, "Oh, I really love the ref." I mean, you never see a player
that's
say
two
that.
out of three, so that's not bad.
It happens,
Listen,
and you hate it when it happens.
we're gonna make mistakes, but that's not really a mistake. That whatever it was, that ref should have never allowed that to happen.
Right.
That player needs to be checked in, like he said, for jewelry, equipment. How do you know she had cleats on or not?
Right. How do you know she's not wearing metal cleats?
So you're right.
I mean, it's more for player safety,
Player safety,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
not anything else. Like
Oh,
I
no,
said, it wasn't like she was 6'2" walking in here.
Yeah.
Right.
But its line is there's a process,
There's a reason why there's a process.
Right.
and that. But John, I know you want to get to that topic.
Yeah, no, speaking about refs, it's been going on for a long time. I mean, we're just bringing it up now, maybe the last couple of weeks or so. But I've did the public high schools games, I believe, is a two-man system. Meaning,
Actually, John, it's not just public. I was at Miller Field Friday before my practice, watching two Catholic schools from the island at Miller, and we
Okay.
had two refs. They had two refs on the field,
so there you go.
reffing half a field each. One was on the opposite side.
Also, they're
On one
both in the
side,
middle. They're
other,
not on the
on the
sidelines.
opposite side of him, on the other side.
Yep. So you got two referees, one on one end and one on the other, blowing whistles. All right, that's the high school way of doing. Again, I
No
don't-
flags, just whistles. Both
No,
of them
right.
have whistles.
Right. So, again, my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I don't like it. As a matter of fact, I hate it. That's not the way soccer is supposed to be refereed. All right. At that age, high school, it's a three-man system. We all know that. It's that simple. So why they're doing this? Well, maybe we need to get somebody on here or call us up and explain it. So
Right. And I don't know if it's.
I think
has
it's
nothing to
embarrassing.
do with the Referee Association. It has everything to do with the PSA or the CA.
Right. Right.
It's their guidelines. It's
Exactly.
not. it's not Staten Island Referee Association.
No, it's not, because I know, right, I know we do the three-man system when we do it. I don't
And
know
let
if
me say this, John. Another question. Brianne, goalie trainer, brought it up to me. She's an assistant coach for a public school, and they were playing with 2 subs in a game, and there was 2 refs again, and the ref closest to her side, the play was on the opposite side of the field, and the player didn't come off the field. The coach came up to the field and said, "Coach, I need some water." Coach threw the water bottle to the player on the sideline. The ref turned to her and told the coach that's illegal on the field.
Yeah, to throw
Can't have water.
Right, to throw
Can't have
water,
water.
to throw a water bottle on the field.
No, she flipped the water bottle to the kid on the field to the kid to take water.
Right. Was
Kid
stop.
came over to the sideline.
Yeah.
So instead of just handing it, he flipped it. But it was more of gave the player water bottle
Right.
to
Right.
drink water. He said, "You're not allowed to give her water."
Right. Oh. That's.
And
just,
then the second half happened. One of the players did it. The ref thought it was the coach, gave her a yellow card for delay a game. But it didn't stop the game.
Right. It's discretion. Again, it's just.
I guess it's discretion, but is that? I'm asking you, as a player, can I come to the sideline during play if it's on the other side
No.
and take a sip of water?
Not during
without
play.
coming off?
No, not during play. No. No.
So you're allowed to do it during stoppages?
I don't say.
Right, so if the ball's in a corner and I'm defensive back, and I run over and there's water bottle on the sideline, or a goalie keeps the water bottle on the sideline.
the keeper keeps the bottle on that.
We've been in I've been to tournaments in Hershey and other places where it was really, really hot, and the players would run over to the sidelines all the time, and we would pour water down there, give them the bottle, they
Right.
drink it, and they ran back on.
Listen,
when the ball was all the way on the other side.
If it's a hot and humid day, you just do the hydration break. That's it. All right.
No, but they
would
were doing those
I
as
have
well,
a
but-
problem with a player, getting a quick drink? No, I wouldn't. So
Maybe
No, I didn't
throwing
know
the
if it was a
bottle.
rule.
Maybe throwing the bottle is one thing, because they could potentially hit
no,
somebody.
right. I
mean,
know you're not supposed to.
It's a
right.
projectile getting onto the field of play.
Right.
But if the kid runs over to the
Stand right
sideline,
on the sideline next to each other, one throw the bottle. He
All
put
right.
the bottle to her.
Right.
He didn't throw it out there like in the middle of the.
okay.
Well,
It's more importantly is during the play of game, if I came over and picked up a water bottle, I stayed in the field and there was a water bottle on the sideline out of bounds, and I picked it up to drink. Is that allowed?
John?
well, high school again. All rule. There's different rules for different levels. So if he carded her, then if he carded her, then obviously the rule it's no. You're not
Right.
allowed to do it if he carded her. He gave her a yellow.
It's not.
So-
But is it whatever? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And actually, the other referee happens to be somebody on the island
Right.
who's very well respected, because this guy wasn't from the island.
Okay.
Because I guess public schools, they get assigned from wherever
But I get you. I get you a definite answer. And we're going to break that down on the next show.
But
Definitely.
I can tell you this right now: the other referee, and it could be discretion, John, because the other referee said, "Come on, I don't know where you do things from where you're from, but if a kid needs water,
All right.
Right.
let him take
Listen,
water."
that comes down to safety. There,
Right.
that comes down to where we talk about safety of the player, and you never know what that player is going through.
Right. Absolutely.
But But more importantly, I'd love to get an answer, John,
We're gonna
about
get
what
an
we've
answer
been
for
talking
that.
about.
Yeah, we'll definitely
about our double referees.
Well, that and
That's important. That's
Right.
really important.
again, my opinion, I don't think that's not the game. And again, in this country, again, we see the changing of the game.
It's hockey.
But
Hockey has a
again,
referee
and
in the
who
end.
They have four.
and you
Four,
have your
well, your
ARs. They see something, put their flag up. Now you, as the center ref, have had a different perspective than them and differently. So you can, as the center, you can overrule the AR.
Right. All right, Brian, we got a minute. We're going to wrap up. So,
All right, but Yeah, but go finish it up. But more importantly, is how do those two guys decipher who's the head ref and overrules who?
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm definitely gonna get some info on that for the next show, and we'll break that down. Brian, thanks for calling.
Thank you, Brian.
Sure.
We'll
Talk to
see.
you guys.
All right, take care.
Talk to you.
All right, I mean, look at this hour. Flies by, right? All right, just want to thank Denise behind the glass. Christine, for helping out. Without them, there's no show tonight. Kenny, as always, everyone else in CTV. Thank you, Marco, for making that video. Thank you, George, for coming on. Thank
you for
the
having me.
girls for starting the show. Thank everybody. Just thank them all. We could have probably sat here for 2 hours,
Right.
talking. And we'll see you guys soon, all right?